I started Rock Foundation really because of my son. And my son has got special needs and learning difficulties. And when I started to look as a parent, when he was probably about 13 or 14, around to see what provision there was going to be for him when he left education, we was quite upset and quite astounded that there was very, very little resources available for them. So after a long search up and down the country and looking to see what there was going to be, we thought, well, there's no good screaming and crying about it. We might as well get on and do something about it ourselves. We decided as well that why shouldn't our children be able to fulfil their full potential, just like our other children? They can go to college, they can get a career, they can go on to work, they can do whatever they want. They have opportunities available to them. So why shouldn't our special needs children have the same opportunities available to them as well and have a fulfilled life? So that was the whole idea and the whole reason of starting Rock Foundation. As lots of voluntary organisations, we're finding it more and more difficult because of funding. We're finding things are being cut, just like I suppose we are all over the country, and especially for special needs. I think we all hoped with the government having, the Prime Minister having a son who was special needs, that there would be more funding and there'd be more lenient towards special needs. But we're finding that isn't true. My own son, for example, already, he's just come out of children's services where we were getting direct payments. Now he's gone into adult services, and basically all our funding's been stopped. We've all been told now that he doesn't meet the criteria, and that is where we're finding it more and more and more. And more young people who are coming to Rock Foundation, we're finding do not meet that criteria. And they'll be classed now as mild to moderate, probably instead of severe. And again, the mild to moderate young people, there is no funding out there at all for them. We think about the young people and what we're doing for the young people, but it's not just what we're doing for the young people, it's the families as well. And so that these parents as well, if it wasn't for Rock, they would be stuck at home with these young people with very little to do, and it's given those parents respite, and in a lot of cases enabling those parents to be able to go out and get jobs which they otherwise wouldn't be able to. So Rock has a big effect. It's not just helping the young people or the adults, it's actually helping the whole family. And it's a thing that the whole family are involved with, and it's affecting the whole family and helping the whole family. We have one young man there at the moment, and he was in education for 9 years. He came out of education, still couldn't read or write. And he was just left at home with his parents, getting elderly. His mum and dad would have to get respite or get somebody in to babysit for them, even to get a hospital appointment. And it's just been so refreshing to see that young man. He came with his head down, wouldn't speak to anybody, and now he's got all the confidence in the world. And I said, just to see these young people as they come in and to see the difference it's making in their lives. Another mum, she rang us at Christmas, and an 84-year-old, absolutely delighted because her son had gone home and he'd taken a bird box and a stand that he had actually made. And it's the first thing he'd ever made in his life. And she was just so proud, and he was so proud. And just to see that, the difference this is making. There's so many stories like that, and it just makes it all so worthwhile. It's so nice for them to be able to come into Rock, and it's not just what they're getting out of Rock as well, it's a social thing as well. They're making friends, and it's such a big thing for them for their whole lives. It's fitting in for their whole lives. I would love, if I'm honest, to get another building where I could expand Rock to its to really, really expand. I know we've got the middle floor and part of the downstairs at the Ice House, but I think there's an awful lot more we can do and an awful lot more we could offer the community in Grimsby. And I think if I could get another building and we could put more on and do more, because there's so much need. In Grimsby alone, we know there's 2,500 young people with special needs. That is what we know of. Only about 700 of those people are being catered for. So there's a huge amount we could do, and there's a huge amount that in a huge way we could help the local people in Grimsby, Cleethorpes and surrounding areas. And I'd love to see Rock expand and be able to take it so much further.